a move. There's gonna be a move. You might move out of a place or an apartment or something. I see that move coming. I feel like that move that's happening, it's gonna separate you. It's gonna happen all of a sudden. You're gonna move all of a sudden. Something overnight is gonna fall apart. Now, remember, when one thing ends, it's always a new beginning to something new. I feel like for the most part, some of you guys that are dealing with somebody in a relationship, you feel bind and stuck to that person. You're not really stuck to that person, but you feel that way. You feel like no matter what you do, you're still stuck to that person. You cannot move forward. You cannot move on. You can't let go. I feel like you might even feel like you're chained to each other, regardless of what happens. You guys feel like you're leeched to that person. And that's not true. Another thing too is you might feel like you are, you're obligated to be with that person. You have no other choice but to stay with that person, which isn't a healthy relationship if that's how you feel or if that's the situation that you're in. I feel like there's going to be some type of movement. Some of you Sagittarius for the month of December might even go on a trip away just to clear your mind. That's going to bring some type of joy. You're going to feel, rejuvenated, bringing back some life to your actual life. You're going to feel alive after that. I feel like you're going to get a message of something that's going to actually happen overnight and it's going to make you move quick. You might move out of your apartment and move somewhere else. I feel like some of you guys are going to do. I feel like that. So for those of you who are flying away in December, have a nice trip. Enjoy yourself. You will. Mingle. Try to meet new people. I feel like some of you guys are so closed-minded and so just, scared of the new that you won't try anything new. As far as the relationship goes, I'm going to read them downward. Okay, so you feel like you're bind and you're stuck. You feel like some of you guys feel like there's no way out from that person. I feel like you're blocked. Some of you Sagittarius are blocked. You have like a blindfold on. You're really not seeing the situation for what it really is. I feel like I was saying, some of you guys might be stuck in there because you want to be there. You say you can't, separate from that person, but at the same time, you're there because you want to be there. You don't have to be there. Nobody is ever forced to be with another person. Now, right here, because of that relationship, you're going to have to make some type of assessments. The assessments are big. I feel like even with some of you Sagittarius, some of you guys support your significant other. Support. When I say support, I say not supporting him emotionally or mentally. I feel like supporting as far as like financially goes. You guys are the breadwinners. You guys pay for everything. Your assessments need to be made. I don't see you happy. Some of you guys happy at all. For those of you who are in a relationship like that, patience is needed. Moderation is needed. That person that you're dealing with, they're not even honest with you. I mean, don't believe what they tell you, because at the same time, they don't tell you all the truth. They might tell you something, but not all of it. Okay, so another message I do want to get across from you guys. Somebody, it could be somebody is going to step in and try to help you. You might have some type of help with them. I feel like moderation is needed. Temperance is, you got the temperance in the reading. So that is like moderation. Do everything in moderation. Something can fall apart overnight. Like it could be a relationship. It could be the foundation. It could be a house. It could be a sudden uphill that will happen overnight. That person that you're dealing with, they have that mentality that they're adventurous. They're just looking for a good time. They're looking to have a good time. They're not looking for anything serious. I don't see them wanting to be tied down like you. I feel like when some of you guys are in a relationship, you guys give it your all. But the people that you're dealing with don't give it their all. Sudden uphill. This is a very big significance because it is the ending of the year and the last month of the year. So I feel like for this December, some of you might be moving out, traveling, moving to a new place. I feel like some of you guys might even, move out, and that might cause a separation between you and that person that you're dealing with. You guys might separate and go your separate ways. I feel like the biggest thing to assessments Patience and assessing what's right and wrong. You need to know the difference between what your heart feels and what is right. Because I feel like some of you would know that this person is not right for you, but at the same time you're like, but I love them, so you're still gonna put up with their shit, even if you know that they're not right for you. You're still gonna put up with it. If you're just like, yeah, I love them, so what? They do all these things to me, such and such. I do want to tell you this. Even the devil card up there at the front, that's your relationship with that person. You guys could even come to the point where you guys, physically put your hands on each other. You don't want to be with anybody that you physically have to abuse, because it's not good. I also feel like some of the people that you guys are involved with, they don't see your point. They only see their point. They don't see anything that you're trying to come across to them or anything like that. I'm going to tell you one thing. The person that you could be dealing with, some of you guys can be in a relationship. Some of you guys, person that you're involved with or dealing with, the same way you lie to them, they can lie to you. Okay, they're not completely honest. They don't tell you all the truth. So there's dishonor here. There's dishonor, lies, and betrayal. That person can do it to you, or you can do it to them. Either or, okay? Now, some of you Sagittariuses, some of you guys might be dealing with an air sign. That could be Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Some of you guys might be involved with them, or just talking to them in general. The moderation, temperance is next to the Page of Swords. Page of Swords also can signify you. Doesn't necessarily have to be the element that I was explaining. This can signify you. I feel like you need to have moderation. Moderation and patience is the most important thing out of the reading. I feel like you guys need to, sometimes you're dealing with a situation that you can't get out of. And I feel like you need to regain that innocence back. You need to regain that happiness back. Going on that trip is it's going to do you good, because I feel like it's going to open up your eyes, and you're actually going to see that you're doing you can do a lot more and be a lot happier than what you really are. So I see somebody stepping in. You might have a mother, or it could be a man or a woman. They might step in and want to help you. They might start to help you regain your happiness back and get back on your feet. I feel like you're gonna move out. You're gonna have some type of movement. You might move to a new apartment or a new location because you want to get away from that person. Or overall, money is the most important issue with you guys. I feel like some of you guys, you do everything for your significant other, and they don't do anything for you. Money's just, you're overwhelmed, and I feel like you're gonna have somebody come in and try to help you. That person's gonna help you. Whatever they can help you with, actually. Overall, guys, the reading for December is pretty good, because even if you're gonna have some type of movement and some type of ending, it's gonna bring you happiness. You're gonna have happiness, even though you need to unbind yourself and really look at the situation for what it is. Really know what's right from wrong. That's the most important thing. Some of you guys are scared of the new. You're scared of trying something new, moving on, and opening up. You have to open up so you can unbind yourself from that person, because I feel like you guys are just chained. It's not a healthy relationship either. You're not exactly happy. I kind of feel like some of you guys feel like, well, hey, if I hang on longer, that person might change in the long run. But that's not the case. They're not changing anytime soon. Any answers to your problems? I feel like dealing with this person, you have a lot of problems with them. But any answers that you need to the problems, you're gonna find. You're gonna find the answers. You're gonna find whatever you need. If you're going through any type of situation with them, you'll be better. You're gonna come out on top overall. I do want to tell you this. Some of you guys are going to go on that trip, like I said before. you might get into some type of disagreement because of that, you know, so it might end it even faster because you are going to leave and you are going to have a good time. Moderation is needed. Try not to turn to any type of drinking or any substances that's not good for you. Because I feel like, you know, when you finally unbind yourself from that person, you might go a little crazy and want to, you know, do all the stuff you never did before. Because you're not going to be binded to that person. But you need to unbind yourself, though. You need to have patience and know that when you leave a person or you guys break up, you're not going to just get over that person overnight. It takes time. But you need to keep yourself occupied. For my Sagittarius that are single, you do have the Knight of Wands, which can signify somebody of your sign. And you also have the Page of Swords in your reading. Page of Swords, like I said, is going to be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And then the Knight of Wands is the same sign as you. So that'd be Sagittarius, Leo, and that would be an Aries. Those signify those signs for you guys. Another thing now that I'm thinking about it, that person that you're dealing with, that person is very needy. They want all the attention to be on them. Some of you guys might even be dealing with like a Scorpio, or you're Sagittarius. It could be even like a Scorpio. And they're very, very needy. They feel like you're always neglecting them and you never have time for them, which is not the case. You guys just bicker like back and forth. And it's like you never get anything across to that person, and they feel like they never get nothing across to you because they're always being like a neglected. But you feel like, hey, I do everything for you, so why can't you do anything for them? Because I don't see them doing much for you anyway, now that I'm thinking about it at the moment. That relationship, that bond that you have, it's been dishonesty. Somebody could have lied, somebody could have cheated in the past, or somebody could be cheating as of right now. You know, again, my readings pertain to like the general public. It's not a specific person. So if you want a more in-depth reading about yourself and your situation, you can always email me at lenas.tarot@gmail.com. I also do private readings. Overall, Sagittarius, I feel like get out of that bondness, get out of that stagnant environment, stop feeling stagnant, revive yourself, become happy again. Once you break loose from that I feel like that leech that you have with that person or that situation, you're going to be a lot happier. You're going to enjoy a lot more life, and know that, you know, you're not going to be there by yourself because someone's going to help you move forward.